YouTube channel, Carl Eats and Horror. Today we're back with another spooky scary mukbang. Firstly, I have made a dessert today, or it was a dessert before it melted. We have some red strawberry jelly that melted mostly, and then I have these, this is also jelly, but it is mixed with milk and chocolate. And then that is white chocolate that was melted, but it wasn't melted originally. I planned for it to all be like solid, but then it all melted, so I'm sure it still tastes great though. Put the rest. It smells very tropical. And then I made a strawberry syrup, which is also very, very watery. This looks like I'm drinking a big potion. Not gonna lie though, it really does smell good, but it kinda looks very ugly. Wow, but it tastes really freaking good. It has like it's like a milky flavor, and it is the vanilla chocolate with like the tropical, like strawberry-ish type of flavor. I quite like it. There's also like a grainy-ish texture to it. And it's also very sweet. And then I also have some macaroni. Today I have a Japanese-inspired horror story for you guys. So I'm just putting the bowl on the side there for now, so that I can make space. I want to eat the macaroni first, because I feel like dessert comes after, you know? Our story takes place in Japan almost 1,000 years ago, in the Heian period, which was a period where like there were samurais and people who would fight in wars. So in the Heian period, almost 1,000 years ago, there was a samurai who was married to a beautiful lady, and she was almost the eye of the town. Everyone spoke about her, everyone knew she was beautiful, everyone liked her, and she knew this. Our young beautiful lady would walk around town on the daily, and that rhymed, and she would go asking people, whoever stared at her, whether they thought she was beautiful or not. So she would walk around and she would ask people whether she thought they were beautiful, whether they thought she was beautiful. Her husband, the samurai, knew that everybody liked her and knew that she was going around and asking people whether they thought she was beautiful. This made the samurai very jealous and upset with her. So he thought of a plan to get revenge. just gonna take a quick moment to say, look at this bottle. It is so heavy, but it looks so freaking cool. It's a skeleton skull, if anyone didn't notice. And when I put it up to the lighting here, it's like glowing. It looks so cool. My macaroni has some mince, it has onions, it has tomatoes, it has green peppers. And it has some yellow peppers, and it tastes very good. So one day, the samurai thought of a plan to get revenge on his wife, because he felt like she was seeking attention from others. And he was in a bar one day and heard a rumor of a beautiful lady who would only sleep with the most handsomest of men. She would look into the bars and on the streets for all the most handsome men, and she would take them home with her. And the next day they would brag how they slept with the most beautiful lady in town. So the samurai thought, not knowing who this person was, that he would sleep with this person and tell his wife to upset her as revenge for all the attention that she's been getting. So he followed one of his friends to a pathway that led up to a long hill to a beautiful mansion surrounded by sakura trees. And if anyone's wondering, sakura trees are they're these trees that have these pink leaves, and they look so beautiful. Sort of burp there. She's jailing. And as he is approaching this beautiful mansion, in his drunken state, he's starting to realize that this mansion looks very familiar to him. And that's when he understood what was happening. The beautiful lady that everyone brags about was actually his wife. He left his friend in a state of rage, running towards the house, whipping out his sword in a one swoop motion, kicking down the door to find his wife with another man. Out of pure rage, he sliced the man down and went towards his wife, screaming as he grabbed her by the cheeks, squishing them inwards, pulled her hair back to reveal her face as she cried and begged him not to. He squeezed her cheeks shut. He took a knife and placed it at the corner of her jaw, and he slit it right through, giving her a grin ear to ear. The most beautiful lady in town was no more. She was a hideous, ugly old woman with a gaping smile from ear to ear, as her wounds never fully healed. Not long after, she passed away. Only to be reborn back on Earth as a demonic entity seeking revenge. The name of this demonic entity is none other than Kuchisake-onna. Kuchisake-onna is a Japanese horror story of a young lady who dresses in a trench coat and wears a surgical mask to cover her gruesome mouth. Many people have cited this demon in Japan. And many fear her, as reports of her have skyrocketed as the years went on. People started to believe the story of Kuchisake-onna. Kuchisake-onna. No, that's bad. Kuchisake-onna. If you get it, you get it. Back to the story, I'm sorry guys. Kuchisake-onna, which directly translates to the slit-mouthed woman, is a lady who walks around in the night looking for her next victim. You might see her on a walk in the night as she turns around a corner. She will approach you, but you'll think nothing of it, as in Japan it is quite often that people will wear surgical masks because they want to reduce the risk of catching or spreading any infectious sicknesses or diseases that are in the area. It's basically a thing that people in Japan do to protect themselves, as we did in COVID. And she'll approach you and she'll ask you, "Do you think I'm pretty?" And if you reply no, she will pull out the long scissors and she will slit your mouth just as hers and leave you to bleed out and die. If you say yes, she will approach you until she is face to face with you. She will slowly remove her mask and ask you again, "Do you think I'm pretty?" And if you show any sign of fear, or if you run away, she will chase you down and she will slit your mouth just the same as hers and leave you to die. Some of the Japanese kids in areas have found a way to escape this demon. When she asks, "Do you think I'm pretty?" they reply with "so-so," which confuses her for just long enough that you have a chance to run away. Other people also say that if she asks you, "Do you think I'm pretty?" the first time, you should say, "Sorry, I have no time, and I have to be on my way now," and she will leave you alone. Or, if you really do think she's pretty, she will leave you with a blessing. And that is the story of Kuchisake-onna. Thank you guys so much for listening. This is a lot. It's a bit too much actually. It tastes really good though. I feel like I'm gonna leave this in the fridge so it can get nice and hard again. If that's how it works, I hope. I will eat it when it's like proper jelly, because right now it's kind of like that trend that's going around with the Sprite and the strawberry milk. If you know what it is, just like leave it in the comments. I know what it's called. I feel like this is kind of what it would have probably tasted like, because like I have milk in here. I don't have Sprite and all that stuff, so I don't think it is actually how it would have tasted, but I mean it tastes very good. It's very refreshing. And I made the strawberry syrup myself. Clearly it's very watery, but I basically just cut up some strawberries, boiled it in some water, and I think I put a little bit too little sugar. It's still very sweet, but it didn't become very sticky how I was hoping it would. So I think if you just add a little bit more sugar and boil it for a little longer and make sure you mix it, it would work out and become very syrupy, if that's what you're looking for. I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for coming to my channel. Hope you loved the video. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye bye.